Chapter 2. Vesuvius Comes Alive. Adapted from Pompeii by Karen Ball. In AD 79, the volcano Mount Vesuvius in Italy erupted. The city of Pompeii, which was near the volcano, was destroyed, and completely buried under 60 feet of ash and lava. This city was then lost for nearly 1,700 years before it was found again, by chance, in 1748. The excavation tells us what life was like in the ancient Roman city. The happenings are told by an old man in Pompeii. Only he realized that day that the smoke arising from Vesuvius was a sign of danger. The 24th of August, d. 79. The morning began very hot, hotter than a normal August day. But Pompeii's market traders did not notice this, and began to set up their stalls in the forum. A few curious citizens watched from under the shade of a leafy tree. A wealthy woman went past on a chair that was carried by 4 attendants. Traders prepared themselves for a day of good business and laid out all their wares. A shoemaker spread out his tools. Fabric, pottery, wool, bread and honey were all arranged on carts for sale. The sellers looked anxiously for buyers. They would soon be there. No one noticed that the sun looked unusually hazy in the sky. By 10 o'clock, the market was busy and full of noise. Traders called out their wares, and people wandered from stall to stall, buying, asking for prices and talking. In the far corner of the square, an old man with a stoop busily added his own note to Pompeii's local notice board, a city wall. There were no telephones or posts then, and this was how people in Pompeii left messages for each other. The man did not like the messages on the wall. He decided to let the others know that, "Oh, wall, I can't believe you haven't fallen under the weight of all these boring messages." He felt pleased, slipped and turned away. Suddenly, his chisel fell to the ground with a clatter. He was looking towards the horizon in horror, and raised a limp finger to point at what he saw before him. Someone brushed past him, but he did not move. He stood frozen with fear. It was a long time before he moved. Then, he turned to the people. "Look! The volcano is stirring!" he shouted. Passers-by looked back over their shoulders to see what he was pointing at. Gasps and nervous laughs filled the air. But no one listened. They just shook their heads and turned their backs. They smiled to themselves and thought, "The gods are angry again." And they went back to whatever they were doing. "Why aren't they listening to me?" thought the man worriedly. Then he knew why. The people of Pompeii were used to Vesuvius rumbling and spewing out smoke now and then. Only he seemed to remember the earthquake of a few months ago. He realized that the two events were somehow connected. For a while, he stood, watching the thin column of smoke which came out of the top of Mount Vesuvius. Then suddenly, he turned and ran fearfully towards his house. As he ran, a flake of ash fell on his tunic, as gently as a flake of snow. He brushed it away. It left a dark smear on the pale linen. When he reached home at last, he found his wife sitting next to the fountain in their garden. He pulled her roughly to her feet. "Leave," he said, "we must leave now. Get everything you can and let's run." "But where?" she asked him in surprise. "Away from that," he shouted. She followed his finger. He was pointing at Mount Vesuvius far behind them. An hour later, they hurried down the street towards one of the city gates. From one of the doorways, a woman called to her children to come in. "We're taking shelter," she told the old man and woman as they passed by. "With luck, we will be safe in the house." "No, you won't be. No, you won't. Leave with us," shouted the old man. He always predicts terrible happenings, people thought. This is one of them. And no one, except his wife, believed they would come true. But the others were wrong. As the hours went by, the column of smoke which streamed out of the volcano grew stronger and larger. Then Vesuvius began to explode. Pumice stones rained down. The sky turned dark and the earth shook. But the people of Pompeii were used to quakes and tremors. All they did was go indoors as they always did when Vesuvius rumbled. They did not know then that they and their city would soon be buried under 60 feet of ash and mud. Understanding the text. A. Mark these sentences as true, T, or not true, NT. If a sentence is not true, write the correct sentence in your notebook. 1. That morning was more hot than usual. Answer. T. 2. Some people noticed that the sun looked hazy. Answer. NT. The old man noticed that the sun looked hazy. 3. The old man pointed to the volcano. The people looked and started to run. Answer. NT. The old man pointed to the volcano. The people looked, shook their heads and turned their backs. 4. The old man and his wife stayed in their house in the town. Answer. NT. The old man and his wife decided to leave the town. 5. A woman and her child took shelter in their house. Answer. NT. As the old man and his wife were leaving the town, they saw a woman calling out to her children to come inside the house. 6. The old man's wife did not believe his terrible predictions. Answer. NT. The old man's wife believed his predictions. 7. The town was buried under thick ash and mud. Answer. T. B. Answer these questions. 1. Why was the sun hazy in the sky? Answer. The sun was hazy because of the smoke coming out of the volcano and because of the terrible heat. 2. How did the old man know that the volcano was going to erupt? Answer. He somehow knew that the earthquake that had happened a few months ago and the smoke that was coming out of the volcano were somehow connected. That is how he realized that the volcano was going to erupt. 3. The old man shouted to his wife and pulled her roughly to her feet. Why did he not speak to her more gently? Answer. He knew that the volcano would erupt in a few moments and they had very little time to flee the place. C. Look at these lines from the text and answer the questions. 1. The man did not like the messages on the wall. A. Why did the man not like the messages? Answer. A. He did not like the messages because he thought they were boring. B. What did he do? Answer. B. He wrote a short poem addressing the wall and commenting on how surprising it was that it had not yet fallen under the weight of the boring messages. 2. Why aren't they listening to me? Thought the man worriedly. A. Why was the man worried? Answer. A. He was worried because he realized that the volcano would erupt and bury the people and the city in ash. B. Did he soon know why they were not listening to him? Answer. B. Yes, he realized that the people were not worried because they were used to the Vesuvius rumbling and spewing out smoke from time to time. 3. With luck, we will be safe in the house. A. Who said this and to whom? Answer. A. A woman on the street of the city gate said this to the old man and his wife. B. What were the old man and his wife doing when this line was spoken? Answer. B. They were fleeing the city when this line was spoken. 4. But the others were wrong. A. What were the others wrong about? Answer. A. They were wrong in thinking that the Vesuvius would not erupt. B. Who was right in the end? Answer. B. The old man was right in the end. 5. But the people of Pompeii were used to quakes and tremors. A. Because they knew this, what did the people do when they saw Vesuvius explode? Answer. A. They went indoors as they usually did when Vesuvius rumbled. B. What did they not know? Answer. B. They did not know that they and their city would soon be buried under 60 feet of ash and mud. Structures. Prepositions, direction and movement. Read these sentences. People wandered from stall to stall, buying, asking for prices and talking. A thin column of smoke came out of the top of Mount Vesuvius. Away from that, he shouted. We have already learned about prepositions of place, in, at, behind, over, and prepositions of time, at, in, after, till, for. There are other prepositions that show direction and movement from one place to another. These are to, from, into, onto, out of, down, through, away from, towards, across, along, over, etc. A. Complete these sentences with the correct prepositions from the box. Across, into, to, out of, from, towards. 1. John will be traveling from England to France next week. Answer. From, to. The children laughed and dived straight. The swimming pool. Answer. Into. 3. Gina pointed the window. Everyone turned and looked where she pointed. Answer. Towards. 4. We waved goodbye as the train slowly pulled the railway station. Our journey had begun, at last. Answer. Out of. 5. We will need a boat to sail the river. Answer. Across. Revision: the simple present tense and the present progressive tense. We have learned that the simple present tense is used to show actions that are repeated or actions that are true for all times. We also learned that we use the present progressive tense to talk about an action that is taking place now or around the present talk time. To show this, we use NGB. Complete these sentences using the correct forms of the verbs in brackets. 1. My grandmother wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning. Wake up. Answer. Wakes up to. I for my Hindi test tomorrow. Prepare. Answer. Am preparing. 3. Exercising every day us healthy and strong. Keep. Answer. Keeps. 4. He to be a doctor. Train. Answer. Is training. 5. We a birthday card for mother. Make. Answer. Are making. 6. I cannot the letter on the table. Find. Answer. Find. Words in use. Word family, piece words. Read this sentence. A flake of ash fell softly on his tunic. The word flake shows that the ash is soft, light and small. A. All the words in the box are about parts of something, for example, bits of wool. Some are small parts, others are large. Place each of these words in the correct column: flakes, chunk, bits, grain, strips, scoops, small, flakes, bits, grain, large, chunk, strips, scoops. Choose the correct words from the table on the previous page to complete these phrases. 1. A grain of sand. Answer. Grain. 2. 2 of ice cream. Answer. Scoops. 3. Soft of snow. Answer. Flakes. 4. Long of cloth. Answer. Strips. 5. A large of meat. Answer. Chunk. 6. So many small of paper. Answer. Bits. Verbs to describe natural events. B. Complete these sentences by using the correct words from the box and the hints in brackets. Erupt. Spew. Sweep. Through. Rumble. Stream out. 1. The pollution in the village is because of the smoke spewing out of factories. Smoke. Factories. Answer. The smoke spewing out of factories. 2. And the cloud of ash spread across the skies. A volcano. Iceland. Answer. A volcano erupted in Iceland. 3. I feel that there may be a storm tonight. I hear thunder. Answer. Hear thunder rumbling. 4. Water came. Tap. Open. Answer. Streaming out of the tap when I opened it. 5. As the tornado. Forest. Uprooted many trees. Answer. Swept through the forest, it uprooted many trees. Functions. Giving warnings. The old man warned the people of the town that the volcano was about to erupt. When we want to warn people that something is not safe, we often use sentences with if, like this. If you sit in the rain, you will catch a cold. We also use don't or else like this. Don't sit in the rain or you will catch a cold. A. Write warning sentences using if or don't or else, and these hints. Then practice saying them. 1. Touch hot pan, burn hand. If. Answer. If you touch a hot pan, you will burn your hand. 2. Ride the old bicycle, will fall off. Answer. Don't ride the old bicycle or else you'll fall off. 3. Eat all those sweets, will feel ill. Don't. Or. Answer. Don't eat all those sweets or you will feel ill. 4. Don't leave now, miss the train. If. Answer. If you don't leave now, you will miss the train. 5. Don't go to sleep now, won't be able to wake up early. If. Answer. If you don't go to sleep now, you won't be able to wake up early. B. When the warning is urgent, we say, watch out, or be careful. Give urgent warnings using these hints. 1. Spill the milk, careful. Answer. Be careful. Don't spill the milk. 2. There's a pothole in the street. Watch. Answer. Watch out. There is a pothole in the street. 3. That's very valuable. Careful. Answer. Be careful. That's very valuable. 4. The bus is arriving. Watch. Answer. Watch out. The bus is arriving. 5. That doesn't belong to you. Careful. Answer. Be careful. That doesn't belong to you. Listening. Pre and while listening task. First read these sentences once. Then listen to the text and complete them. 1. Devi lived with her parents near. Answer. A large river. 2. They had a cow, a dog and answer. Donkey. 3. The river rose and the water began lapping at the of the house. Answer. Door. 4. The animals wanted to divvy about the river. Answer. 1. 5. The noise of the animals made divvy. Answer. Wake up. 6. She led her parents out of the answer. House. 7. Then she brought the animals and they all rushed to on high ground. Answer. Safety. 8. She said to the animals. Answer. Thank you. Writing. Describing a place. We use a paragraph to describe a topic or a set of actions. Each paragraph usually deals with one main idea or topic. We start a new paragraph for each new topic. Write a short paragraph about the marketplace in Pompeii on the day that Mount Vesuvius erupted. The answers to these questions will help you. Was it very hot or cold? How did the sun look? What were the traders doing? What did they have for sale? What were the citizens doing? What did the old man write on the town notice board? Read the text to check if necessary, but do not copy the sentence. You could begin like this. It was a very hot day in August. Hotter than usual. Sun looked. Answer. It was a very hot day in August, hotter than usual. The sun looked hazy, but no one seemed to have noticed. The traders were busy setting up their stalls in the marketplace. There were shoes, fabric, pottery, wool, bread and honey on sale. By 10 o'clock, the citizens had started wandering about the marketplace buying, asking for prices and talking. An old man was standing near the town notice board, a wall, and wondering why the wall had not fallen under the weight of the boring messages.